gonna teach the world how to be themselves.
I can't even lie, I ain't gon' hold you. I can't even lie, I ain't gon' hold you. I can't even lie, I ain't gon' hold you. You know, I can't lie to you, bitch, no. I can't even lie, I ain't gon' hold you. I can't even lie, I ain't gon' hold you. I can't even lie, I ain't gon' hold you. You know, I can't lie to you, bitch, no. We falling in a hole too, girl. I just wanna hold you. Do you remember where I told you? Yeah, that's right. Hope you don't get amnesia, girl. Yeah, hope you don't think I need you, girl. Love me together, you complete my world. Never like this one, I see you, girl. Shit so sick, you might need to girl. You wanna play, but I need a girl. Yeah. And traveling on earth got you in a maze. Looking at the sun got you in a daze. Yuri, I'll take apples and make apple cider. Yuri, I'll take limits and make lemonade. Same situation, just a different day. Way too hot, I ain't trying to chill. I hear motherfuckers talking good ass game, but I can really tell that you lying for real. Flip the powder, catch a club, push the higher to heal. Because I ain't really trying to die in the field. You wanna tell me something, but you hide in the field. You gotta make it looking back like you childish as hell. Because no, I can't even lie, I ain't gon' hold you. I can't even lie, I ain't gon' hold you. I can't even lie, I ain't gon' hold you. You know, I can't even lie, I ain't gon' hold you. I can't even lie, I ain't gon' hold you. I can't even lie, I ain't gon' hold you. You know, I can't lie to you, bitch. All you gotta do is phone the phone. But I can see it now that you're already at home. You lie about every little goddamn thing. You even lie about the damn drugs you at home. They would even separate like Tommy and Ghost. I'm feeling like Clyde when the guy goes. You need to take a look at the universe. You looking at a whole bunch of stars in a hole. Why you lie? You ain't even gonna lie my back. Girl, can't tell me why you act like that. I smoke back to back, no cataracts. I'm about to tap that ass, that's a matter of fact. No Chipotle girl, but that's a rap. Girl, little pussy gon' snap right back. Stick it with the stick, right, tap. And you ain't know that I can hit it from the back like that, Put the shit together, no clues. You gassed up, but you still got no juice. I change your weary hell, just spoke true. My spirit bomb, but just like Goku's. I can't even lie, I ain't gon' hold you. I can't even lie, I ain't gon' hold you. I can't even lie, I ain't gon' hold you. You know, I can't lie to you, bitch, no. I can't even lie, I ain't gon' hold you. I can't even lie, I ain't gon' hold you. I can't even lie, I ain't gon' hold you. You know, I can't lie to you, bitch, no.
To peace pipes, bitch. I don't want to feel that. Pineal gland. I don't want to feel that. My music before it bends in and become the organ that some of y'all nuts named pineal glands, frontal lobes, and shit. I don't want to feel that. But let's talk about it. I want to see culture. Make up one. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. Saying this soil, this land gonna look like something, and we're gonna get rid of reprobated thoughts, scamming thoughts, reverse psychology thoughts. Pardon me, y'all. It's a bad motherfucker. Pardon me. Let me shut my ass up real quick and shit like that. Let me get sophisticated and stuff like that. I ain't no dope. I ain't no dusty. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. I ain't no goddamn uncircumcised collarbone heart murmur face. Before anything. I'm saying? And don't get your ass roasted and actually get spit on. You know what I'm saying? Get on. Get on, bitch. All right, now we cleared that up. We cleared all, look, the seed that bend in and become all the neurons that still linger around. You see how it ain't there no more? We the esoteric Ghostbusters in this motherfucker. You better believe you better destroy your own inner energies before you even start self-projecting. Motherfucker, real shit. You see how it's like pure clear now, clear to go, clear to start. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Do that with every instant in your motherfucking life. I guarantee you'll feel better and everybody around you will start feeling better. We changed the world. No more vulnerabilities exist. No more small dick energies exist. No more Madame Gablisky, titty brain mind. I think I got a scholarship exists. You know what I'm saying? None of that shit. None of that shit start existing. And then these are things we got to get clear and rid of. So we can all be on this spiritual train of thought and line of reasoning and building these real organs, you know, these real plump fruits. Your organ is a fruit. You need to know that you're receiving food for thought. That's your goddamn sleep energy. You eat your food for care. That's your goddamn hold on, yeah, eat energy. And then you got the goddamn when you suck in and get material in the world, or you know, get your partners and stuff like that, that's the fuck energy. So eat, fucking, and sleeping. Sleeping just represents the mind, the father. You know what I'm saying? It might be things on your mind that don't allow you to sleep right, but it ain't just about sleeping. It's just put it in like a box. You got eating whatever you care about. Food for thoughts you ain't even supposed to be caring about. You eat that up as a spirit, mix it in with your stuff you fulfilling in your spiritual space, and now you got toxic Kool-Aid, and you done sip the Kool-Aid without even Jim Jones even being here. Shout out to the Dipset Jim Jones, but we talk about the cult one. You know what I'm saying? And then for the most part, your fucking energy and shit like that. It ain't always got to do with putting your dick in things or opening your legs for things. Sometimes it's just that attraction energy or that motivation that pump us up to do things in the external world, and not us to just be in a retractive state and just doing things in our inner world and don't possibly express it, not even a second inch or a millimeter, aka feel like we ain't shit, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be the only way you're in that position. You might come up with some good coping mechanisms and stuff around it, but that don't lead nothing else but colonization. So we about to get into that right now. You know what I'm saying? You got Madame Gablisky, dry pussy titties or something like that, a little dick, that lead to my feet hurt energy and stuff like that. Let's make a boat. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, we can always make a boat. But a lot of times you got to think about what the purpose. There's always got to be a reason behind something. Why we're going to make a boat. We're going to make a boat to kidnap people, sex trafficking. Wait a minute. We can't be locking nobody up for sex trafficking there. I think y'all did that to my people. Y'all sent us to the Caribbean, North Africa, Brazil, all kind of shit. Trying to make it seem like this some land that no one was on and everybody had to travel to so you could claim I traveled here first. That's all that's about, invader. I'm on tour right now. Anytime I see a killing or whatever the case may be and things of that nature, I'm blaming white boy thoughts. You know what I'm saying? The white boy thought it's a demonic seed. It ain't even got to be filtered through white people. Like it could be the spirit through any ethnicity right now, because that's probably their lineage. It's like probably like 4, 5, 15. Said probably 1,500 like Mayflower floating around on the last string of their DNA left. So they probably threw an India person / Arab. Asia, they probably could be through a Negro right now, shit like, I said, they like, it's the last piece left though, because the last ones who had grace, they did some last update witchcraft that none of them doing no more and stuff like that. So like the last piece, the last DNA mental and physical strain, still covered up and everything else though. So you might be looking at Shaq. You know what I'm saying? You be looking at Akon or something like that. You be looking at Sean Keaston. It's the same thing. So you could be looking at Oprah. She know damn well she ain't losing no goddamn weight off no damn pink Himalaya salt and warm water overnight. That bitch lost weight off Ozempic. Other than that, bitch, you had a butt plug. You had liposuction. Get out of here with all that shit. That's all line of shit. Go have somebody not be able to wake up in the middle of their sleep, body burning up inside, get salt burning all the blood cells away from the blood cells that break down food and shit like that. You up here ain't even never did that shit. You high off Ozempic. Chick high off Ozempic and shit, trying to promote some stupid shit online and shit. Imagine how much she got paid for that. That has to get stopped. Stuff like that has to get stopped. That's unmoral, especially if you're doing that in America. You better go do that in Africa or Grenada or somewhere where that shit work. Over there in Liberia or Siberia, bitch. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like being called a bitch, get offline. Call me one. I ain't gonna give a fuck about it. Call you one, your heart broke. Get offline. You should have never been a celebrity in the first place. I'm saying real shit. Real stars is back, baby. I'm saying I'm back, baby. We're gonna invert all y'all. Invert all y'all. You broke spiritually. You did all that just to be broke spiritually, bitch. I said I'm gonna further than that. Don't ever put Stedman in a treehouse. Further than that. She got Stedman living in a treehouse. Look, see, this is what I'm saying. Y'all gotta get it's time to get a culture now. And shout out to Oprah, but the old Oprah and Whoopi Goldberg versus this new man and woman. Y'all keep allowing Washi Who to create. Y'all got to get out of these Candace Owens, whatever her name is, and the other chick that I just figured out about or something like that because she out there scamming. That's scamming, scheming, and all this type of shit. Where we ain't got no, that's Washi Who thinking. Where you idol worship. You worship narratives. Narratives is idol worship. The narrative don't be having no logic behind it, like a lot of y'all religions and shit. I said no logic, so you worship narratives. Narratives is idols. This how we create anthropomorphizing. You got an idol in your mind, some characteristic. You made it some white surfer dude with blue eyes walking on water. You idol worship. So they just updated it. It's called the government. It's called some Jesuits and stuff like. I said it's called some other shit. It's the same shit. No, you idol worship. They got to filter down a narrative. They think they gods by. Hey guys, we eating. Let's craft a narrative. Man, this shit ain't got shit to do with shit, but lack of feelings. And going to hell. Nobody give a fuck about lack of feelings and going to hell. If you do anything with it or use some damage energy, that can only lead into trying to destroy others mentally or physically. So none of this leads into healthy paths. But we're not about to make this call God. We're not about to make this some good technology. This ain't got nothing to do with how we created the motherboard and the technology on the land. This is some just reprobate shit that without bribery and killing, shit in the bricks. I'll tell you that right now, you shit in the bricks. Some people thought they had magic. These cats thought they had a friend. The devil or God don't fuck with you. These cats lost a separatism. These cats be trying to pick one. These guys are like, well, shit, I don't like God. Should we the devil? You ain't neither one. You just some asshole cosplaying everything. You know, just cosplaying everything. You wouldn't even know yourself without somebody else. You don't get to pick nothing but being a degenerate. That's it, degenerate cosplayer. Hey, I want to be the devil. I want to be God. I want to be the natives. I want to be the freed man. I want to be an Asian. I want to be Bruce Lee. She just Mortal Kombat video game show card, the end. In real life, you got prostate cancer. It's hard for you to pee every 15 seconds. That's really it, though. Shit other than that. So we got to be real. Going too far down the line of white boy thoughts lead you to retarded shit and dry pussy and never even caring about life or having kids. Nobody got time for that. Nobody got time for that. A lot of y'all goddamn other Asians and Negro tribes and stuff like that and Arabs, they got y'all fucked up right now with this false sense of ego. Y'all like pushing 50 right now. Ain't even got a life. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? That's why you need to join the Pilotman. Like, I care for you if ain't nobody else gonna care for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. Because we about to change this motherfucking world. And there's power in motherfucking numbers. And anybody who made a mistake, I don't give a fuck how long you made a mistake. Bitch, you gonna change your mind today. Homeboy, you gonna change your motherfucking mind today. You gonna think like me. And if you got white boy thoughts, not no more on this land or whatever like that, you think like me. So you could be a white boy. You better think like me. I'm native to this land. You ain't got no right idea about nothing. So look at your forefathers and 5 ideas and generations of boats ago, and ain't nothing had no logic behind it. You ain't about to get ready to have a conclusion at the table like yours get ready to be cold. No, I'm back. I'm the pilot. You know what I'm saying? You got my thoughts, not your thoughts. Exercise your thoughts in Europe then. You know what I'm saying? Get back on the boat. Exercise your thoughts in India then. Get back on the boat. You know what I'm saying? Go try to figure out why your government accepting British man to call y'all India Indians. You gonna deal with that. You gonna deal with that. You won't be over here talking about Africa. If you an Arab, talk about you more black than black people, or the free man's over here, or you a Ghanaian, and then you try to psyop them and stuff like that. You go do that over there. You get back on the boat. You know what I'm saying? Don't come over here and try to talk about y'all creating anything of that nature. Well, go create it on the land you at right now. We got YouTube right now. We can watch it. Ain't nothing stopping us from clicking it in and you getting lit, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. I'm tired of these excuses now. Where you at? Where you at? And people just be talking shit about shit and shit. We got to go look in a book and find Baba G. We don't got time for that shit, bitch. Where you at now? Or some white man behind that making money, scamming, get ready to make about 5 documentaries off of it. So this is the thing we got to start looking at this shit. Watch these 2 thoughts. Oh, watch these 2 thoughts. So that's what this chick. I forgot the chick name already. She in my title. She got the sentiment up of someone being more emotionally invested into some goddamn it narrative. That's idol worship. And you ain't running off no mental template if it ain't a white man creating it and shit like that, because you only trying to make some money. Anybody in these positions, they just trying to make some money. Candace Owens or whatever the case may be. If they was somewhere getting slapped in the face with a dick, they wouldn't even be somewhere worrying about politics. I'm tell you that right now. We'll be nowhere worried about no politics. So we got some weird jobs that just got created from early back in the day from the white woman who created feminism. You know what I'm saying? Created democracies and stuff like that. The Me Too movements and shit. You know what I'm saying? When they was trying to exercise their rights and sound a certain way, now we get this new watered down version of this new woman that they trying to create through any ethnicity. First, we seen it through Kamala Harris. You know? So we seen it through like these Jasmine Sullivans. We seen it through these damn Oprahs. Ooh, pardon me, Beyonce's. Now we seen it through these little scam artists that they had to have something to do with a college. A Fed or a Mason or a CIA, they don't give a fuck about you if your Social Security card ain't institutionalized. Your Social Security card got to have your family off a boat 2-3 boats ago. So automatically somebody was a college teacher. Somebody was in the military. You know what I'm saying? Somebody went to college and went on the corner and preached going to college like being a Hebrew Israelite or something. Somebody had to do that for someone, because whatever you think you talking about, they got a controlled psyop version that they can control to put you in. So you might be thinking you a Negro tribe and you talking about Black Panther. They got a school institutionalized to make you keep thinking you talking about Black Panther and talking about the white devil just for you to still worship the Jesuit without knowing it. They have fun you and everything of that nature. Look at Pan-Africans. They be funning the fuck out that shit. No, so there's all this HEBCUs and stuff. As soon as you see somebody with a moon man, some more stuff or whatever, that's Briticana man. A Briticana man dressed them up real nice to act like a robot to some people who might think like that, but just be a prayer warrior at it. Just go somewhere and talk about your people about it. Hey, y'all, we need to wake up about this because we've been slow. The only person who expressing that, they didn't want slow, or they would have been doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just somebody copying too. They all got white man thoughts. Y'all gotta stay. Once these people be institutionalized, they got white man thoughts. You gotta look at it in the natural simple seed. This person is a scammer, a charlatan, or whatever like that. They can only take from natural energies and drain it. That's all they can do is remix it. They can't do shit what they like, but remix something. You know what I'm saying? So that's, you got to watch that online. These is foreign thoughts. And this was Homegirl was doing too. Homegirl was up there praising a narrative. She was up there talking about, yeah, what if this was your daughter? What was this? What was this of your mother? What was this? Listen, bitch, when you talking to a man, that don't even sound right. We talking about law, whatever the case may be. You sounding stupid. You just talking about narratives. Trust me, P. Diddy wouldn't even exist. And we wouldn't have to worry about no court dates. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have to worry about the whole trial. White man actually be more mad at that because they can't rock people to sleep with thousands of documentaries and shit. Only thing you hear about is the P. Diddy disappeared somewhere. You know what I'm saying? 1,000 Native Americans. Whoa, what did I say? You know what I'm saying? About 500 Native Americans that ran somewhere. That's it. Don't go no further than that. No further than that. But other than that, don't ask no stupid ass question like that. Y'all the only ones want to set yourself up for the government to be like, hey guys, I'm in charge. That's all the government want to do. Make it seem like they in charge with their degenerate ass thoughts. It's just like, all right, hey guys, Republican, let's make y'all remember why y'all need Democrat. Then you go to Democrat. Hey guys, let's make y'all remember why y'all need Republican. They got y'all like some limbo shit. You know what I'm saying? They do that with everything. Business, entertainment, education, religion, and politics. You know what I'm saying? They set you up real good. Like, yeah, this sound good, don't it? Come be a goddamn liberal Democrat shit. You be a Democrat liberal. They start being motherfucking making mistakes on purpose. Start doing everything that your grandmother ain't vote for and never see nobody walk on water yet before she died and shit. They start doing all that on purpose and shit. Then here go the Republicans. Hey guys, see what I told you? See what I told you and stuff like that. Then you go jump to the then you go jump be conservative and shit. Then they start making mistakes on purpose and shit to make us fear about explosions and blowing up and goddamn it, none of us getting no money and shit like that except them. And then you like, oh maybe no, I said that's just some retarded X-Man shit. They got you X this line, X this mine, X this side, X this line. And all they're retarded. Oh, Briticana man face. You got the Briticana man face in your mind. And other than that, where's your contact lenses? It's got 2 X's on it. Oh, the crest is marked, bitch. Other than that, white boy thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to peep game. A lot of times y'all get lost in old and outdated concepts. And them old and outdated concepts play out in your life. So you be all matched up, crisscrossed up, not knowing how to make your healthy decision. And shit, all you do is click on the news or, you know what I'm saying, click on your phone, your laptop, your tablets, and that's it. Your weak spirit and brain get replaced with somebody's synthetic motherboard or some shit like that. And the next thing you know, you up here sounding like Kiki goddamn Palmer. and looking like Kiki Palmer and shit like that. Yo, you don't want to look and sound like that. Listen, I need you women to know that's unattractive. You look unattractive. That's unattractive to real men. We too busy trying to build our own culture, build our own dress codes and stuff, and take little pieces and stuff, like slowly but surely exit out of something that we just have to use to sustain ourselves to look a little bit normal at the moment, so we can make the new normals. And the new normals ain't gonna be degenerate. You know, we in the middle of that right now. You either with us or you ain't. But if you ain't, you ain't gonna find no real man. You damn sure ain't gonna get no dick. You're just gonna be dealing with white boy problems, sex dolls and stuff, and dealing and all these other type of stuff, and having to pay for weirdo shit and things of that nature. You're gonna have white boy problems, pushing damn 50 and 60, no life. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got time. All that money ain't gonna be able to save you. What you got, you ain't gonna be able to take none of it with you. And they made you believe you could pack up your land and go on vacation if you want. So you ain't on your land for real. You just wasting your time paying for it. So it's like just that simple for real. It's really that simple. You're supposed to be living your life to change things. If you want to change things, shame it. If you want to change it, shame it. That's the new shit. You want to change it? Oh, shit, pardon me. You want to change it? Shame it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to shame it. Because if you're afraid to shame it, then you claimed it. So you don't want to claim the degeneracy. You know what I'm saying? It's just as good as you being a part of something without saying nothing at all. And if you had the idea to see something being weird about it, and you can see someone else don't, or you can see someone manipulating it or lying about it, just scared to express it, like the energy you in, then you see something and you got the energy to de-evolve, to push into this energy from a higher evolved place that no one else have. And you'll always be valuable in that position. That play out in all other areas, not just that area. And don't set yourself up for expectations just from those specific people, places, and things. They got their own goal that they have to develop. You'll be able to see whatever you pushed out, you receive. You just have to be open enough to see that it's open in multiple people, places, and things without your expectation. It can come in a way that you never expected before because you did something in a position that wasn't expected before. So you get that same energy back. You being able to receive some energy you never got back before. That's why that's why, I mean, you never experienced before. That's why it's important to always find synchronicity and relatability in areas that's outside of you, because it took forms of relatability and synchronizing for someone to be attracted to another person to have sex for you to be here. And there is no other concept of reality. You want to make up something in your mind and claim you want to be born there without the natural quality of how you took that idea to be born in the first place. That's your own hell. And you ain't gonna find the real version of birth. You ain't gonna find the real version of death. You know what I'm saying? You ate the wrong fruit. That's having the wrong fruit. You know what I'm saying? We have to make these things simple before y'all even get lost in they punk ass religions that they took from our people culture and just remixed it to play God on y'all by changing the names. So any language that got Q, C, R, V, and J in it is letting you know it been colonized for them to make some one language for them to control and use the real meanings behind it in government for them to play God like the people who was just doing their culture and without these letters put to it. So this how they took our shits. The stars is water. Hey, hi, ho, hu, he. And they took them sounds from us and replaced it with Q, C, J, V, and R for the royal family. So R is for their royal family. Q is for the queen, that Elizabeth shit. J is for the Jesuit cosplaying as everybody with their Zeus, Justice, Jesus cosplay, and V is for their Victorian government that they're just they camouflage everything. They be doing the same thing, but it just be camouflaged. Just like you see them doing in Israel, Iran. Listen to their excuse. The Bible said we the chosen people. All right, it's the same thing, just updated. So that lets you know where Masonry, that name came from, Illuminati, what that name came from. It's the same people, just updating words throughout history. Then when you go back in history, you think it's different people doing shit. And then while they're doing the same thing on you, so when 10 years go down the line, we got another boogeyman to point at. And why it's the same white boys doing it? It's not the same white boys. They've been doing that to us natives for ages. This ain't blood already. Like, I'm comfortable with this. We like family at this point. It's y'all I'm trying to help that y'all reach these matrix points that I'm getting ready to see the free man a little closer than the Puerto Rican and stuff like that. Puerto Rican might be next. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else just following the freedman and the Puerto Rican. And the Puerto Rican getting the best way to go about it by paying attention to the freedman actions. Because they got more history with their ancestors dealing with civil rights and shit that learned a lot from us Native Americans and shit like that, because we went through it for real. You're actually experiencing prisoner of war, and you're being replaced here like you're just now experiencing you get replaced. And they trying to make you fight off Mexicans and make you fight off Ghanaians and Jamaicans and stuff like that. But in all actuality, that's what they did with y'all to us Native Americans. For us all to be mixed up and stuff. You get it? So y'all getting closer and closer, but I'm trying to steer y'all away from history repeating itself on an extreme level, though. You know what I'm saying? Because they know a little bit more than you know. That's what you need to understand. They got the books to tell you. So they die just like us and be born again, just like us. So it's not like you got to get the spookiness out of your brain when we say they. It'll have you confused thinking that we're talking about people who could live hundreds of years. And it's the same people who did something 100 years ago right now. No, it's all of us. A lot of them don't even exist no more in this washing machine cycle. But we have the book. They have the books that even the ones with grace who may not know what they're doing is still able to use the book and then update it for mental purposes, but they still need more other ethnicities to participate than originally. Originally, it was just white power. You see, you get what I'm saying? All the mistakes of trying to make people white and it turn it in reverse, then updating it to eugenics, then updating it to, well, we can't get rid of everybody. Let's just make some new man and woman, but control the mind. Then let's make, you see what I'm saying? This is a whole update. Let's get people lost in one blood drop rule where we know there's no such thing as creating a new race. You're going to be mixed and then we're in a washing machine cycle. So let's figure out this way of how we could eradicate everybody and kind of only be the race here and do this incest thing the right way. Like they're in some pervert shit because they did a mistake at a starting point. You see what I'm saying? But all that leads up to now. And the free man will be the first person to reach the last bubble that y'all at now to realize you still using something that got you bonded. And as soon as you clear that one, all hell break loose. And based upon your comprehension and your intelligence, that's the way you know how to steer it. And if you got an unhealthy intelligence, it ain't gonna do nothing but steer it into genocide and shit like that. We don't need all that. We don't need all that. You know what I'm saying? I seen this over and over and over again. I seen this over and over and over again, which is why I got my kind of mind. And there's many others. And there's a lot of people in the government who got a head start, even if they don't got the mind. They got the book for their forefathers. See, none of y'all got the write down piece of paper energy and fight for a land energy strong enough as a grouping. For an example, right? You'll have let me just use it, Wallow or somebody. But shout out to Wallow. I just use it as an example. But anybody who do that kind of coon energy, where they forget the fact that you're supporting colonization because where's your auntie or grandfather that you know would have had the idea of this our store, that anytime somebody else tired of working, you come in, this our land, this, and then we don't see Asians or Arabs get rid of their culture when they get that Visa card to come over here, but somehow they do this, they pick and choose who gonna do that. And the other people they flood over here, they put in slavery over here like everybody else. So you'll be a portion of that, a person that's in slavery, not a person whose parent had to college. And a lot of y'all did, like Jadakiss parents and stuff like that. Y'all foreigners, like they set y'all up different from what they did to natives and the freedmans. They had to start doing that too over here. Y'all set up in a mental way. So it's something that looks sweet, but back to supported by the same energy. So this is where bribery kicks in. It's called bribery now. Where back in the day, it was just get down or lay down or get hit upside the head with this sharp sword from the long knives because they had small dicks. Now it's mental. Get down or lay down. I know you want this $1 million. That's the gun. The ink pen. White man cold next to a little piece of paper. I'm telling y'all, that kills you faster than anything in today's time. A motherfucking contract. A motherfucking ink pen. A lot of words, zeros next to it. That'll kill you faster than everything. Or explain to me why your ass rinky dink barely having insurance or welfare or something like that, but you taking care of your health real good. And we see these celebrities with $1 million that we know got the highest professional goddamn surgeons and everything of that nature. And these be the people who mother die first. These be the people who goddamn face can't move on the right side first, like Justin Bieber and shit like. So we got to start thinking about these things. And I said, like, wait a minute. These be the people that's on the stage to get practice being a billboard for us first, with business, entertainment, education, religion, and politics, and go ahead and add eugenics with it. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Should be the first people. You sign a contract. You ain't know all that shit came with it. You ain't know 6 months down the line, you're gonna have to be in a commercial to tell people how to unstiffen their right side of their face. You ain't know that was part of the contract. It'd be real like litigations. You know, you just know that money you was getting. You thought you was happy. You ain't know what it came with. You having to be the billboard for a lot of these rich folks, goddamn corporations, and about 90% of them is eugenics. You will be the poster boy for somebody going wrong from pills practices. You will. I'm saying real shit. Oh, you think it start that clothes and entertainment? No, it start with these medications they gonna give you. Whatever happened to you, you popular, so everybody gonna know about it and shit like that. All that shit is popular. And then when they need to create a solution, everybody gonna get rich again. You know what I'm saying? So they'll get rich off the narrative of fucking you over with that pill, and then get rich off using you as a person promoting the cure. That ain't a cure. Shit is fucking you all. You a goddamn voodoo doll. That's it. Motherfucking voodoo doll. Oh, so that's it. You know, I don't want to say nothing else. We gotta go down that line of reason and train of thought. We got one word for it. Voodoo doll. Someone who done stole our spiritual system. Then we was mixing with the freedmans and stuff. And then we helped them, and then we all came together and created Mardi Gras. So then white man was like, what is that? And then we like made a pig gang language. When we ain't got no V or all that. So we was like hoodoo, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case. And then like these cats like downsizers blew us all up, and then like took over it, cosplayed it, wore it, and then put the letter V for Victorian government run it now. Stuff like, you know what I'm saying? The same way they did with Jehovah. Put Jehovah there. So some Jesuits run it now. You know what I'm saying? Same way they did with all of our tribes, right? Yes, Wahare. It's Katabas now, and ain't all the ones that was Yehiwahares. There's a whole bunch of other ones and shit. I mean, Yehiswahares. There's a whole bunch of other ones in there now. We're just gonna call them whoever colonized them over here, goddamn it, and make them Christians, Catholics, and with it's their religion, but we the gods of it now. You know what I'm saying? It's the crown, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. So goddamn, you even got the 5 civilized tribes, and even the ones y'all don't know about, including Catawba. You know what I'm saying? Chickasaw, it's the crown, bitch. You know what I'm saying? That Cherokee, oh, it's the crown and the royal, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Muskogee Creek, I like that. Let's call it Greek now. It's the crown, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Oh, goddamn, I got trauma. I got motherfucking trauma. Oh, but on that. They just call them Chickasaw, Choctaw, Chicopee, Chisake. Oh, who cares? Let's put that C-I. What is it? Oh, what is Anasha? OG boy. That's what we call them now. Oh, no, shit, God, I got trauma. God, what's the net? I like that knowledge. Let's make a movie called Jedi and the Jets. And I don't know what the net... Navajo. That sound better. Oh, fuck, I got trauma. I got a headache. My pineal gland. Protect y'all cultures now. Protect y'all cultures. Oh, it's too late. Africa. Arabia. Oh, they're a royal man. Crown. Oh, damn. Everybody colonized. Can't go nowhere. Can we go to Mars? The letter R. Jesus Christ. Where can we go? We can't go nowhere. God damn it. I seen that Bone Thugs Army video if I can change the world. These cats couldn't even go to heaven without these cats going, Lord Jesus Christ. I'm going to use these damn niggas to play out some Native American shit when y'all went and killed all the Lenape and Erie Native Americans and shit and go talk about the St. Clair land. The St. Clair land. Them Cleveland Indians now. No more Lenape. No more Erie. No more Susquehanna. No. I said this is goddamn St. Clair. I'm gonna got these cats singing, talking about St. Clair, singing, oh boy, white boy. Oh, but that. The moment I heard Lil B talking about he coming like he Wayne. Wait a minute. You know I'm DeAnt, right? You know I'm Tecumseh, right? You can't be just saying shit like that, right? You can't say stuff like that when natives around and stuff like that. Go make your money and go sit down now. Go make your money and go sit down now. If you want to stay out of hell and shit like that, this shit deep. Don't be fucking around with me and my people. Oh, Sarah, don't be fucking around with no damn Indian spirit. You on the wrong land. And we teaching freedman right now to see this shit so they can protect their shit, so they can start getting a little bit of the money off these stupid ass movies called Django. Jamie Foxx wasn't nothing but a damn coon, and once he go, they about to print him, and all his money about to go to whoever he was signed to. That's it, his handler. Nah, y'all look at this shit. Y'all supposed to still be getting money for the railroad. Why ain't none of y'all names on none of these railroad tracks? We was helping y'all escape and shit like that because we don't want nothing to do with these shits. Once it start moving more westward, they start getting hit upside the head by the Comanche and shit like that. Don't bring that train track over here. I said Apache start flipping shit over, stealing shit. Don't bring that shit over here. Then they had to blow us up with Gallagher guns and shit like that they always love praising in movies and shit, and Dyson Fear and Avenger. See, y'all don't know how deep this shit go, but Freeman waking up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Y'all, if you start now, you will see where things lead. Then you will start to see what we was actually fighting for, the nuance of it. My people are supposed to be getting paid off of that punk ass name, Tahoe, Jeep Cherokee, Pontiac Thunderbirds, and all these other cars and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to feel the same way. Ain't no way somebody forced you to do something and we got they same people, half of they people ancestors evaporated. They still in the luxury of it and enjoying it. And they could just jump in and add their name to it. But now they got to bring in India people and stuff and a whole bunch of people to do it. Where in all actuality, we know as a starting point, that's supposed to be, these things are supposed to be in y'all name. Y'all supposed to still be getting paid for these things. And if these people know that they people did wrong, why ain't they setting up train stations for y'all? Why ain't they setting up juke joints for y'all? Why y'all got to work hard and then they bring foreigners over here and they got a whole different concept and keep their schooling to teach them? When we come over here, we make sure we got our goddamn corner store, or goddamn whatever they got, library and shit like that. And every time you go there, it's going to be a new Arab that's part of their family there every 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Like they got something that teach them how to do that. It's like America is teaching them how to do that. They don't teach the Americans here. You don't see them do that. The native, you don't see no native in government. We ain't in no charge of no business, entertainment, education, religion, and politics. We ain't in charge of none of that. That should give you a sign of something. That should give you a sign you only could possibly be getting used to be a coon. That gives you a sign. And you need to question that. Why do you got to be used? Because the reason people in that position in the first place is making people get down or lay down. So they didn't give a fuck about other people's opinion once upon a time. Why that they got to care about so many people's opinions now? You know what I'm saying? Is they trying to change for good, or is they just smallered up as a cultural, spiritual group race? Because too many people evaporated. And that's what we got to question. Because you got to question, why do your power have to be used? Why do you have to be the face of something? Why a degenerate can't be just a degenerate? And if it ain't degenerate, the actions will speak louder than words. The reactions will speak louder than words. You know what I'm saying? We don't see no one part of the Sons of Liberty trying to actually be president. I haven't seen no actual Mason, no Jesuit yet. They all hide, and then they always put up a fake one. So you're not practicing what you preach. Back in the day, they was practicing what they preach. Andrew Jackson was Andrew Jackson. Henry Harrison was Henry Harrison. Not nobody sitting in no office and just their picture in the back, and you got to read books of how they thought. You know what I'm saying? And then anytime you act it out and it get rejected, it's showing you, okay, they spirits must be evaporated then. Because they spirits was supposed to come back and be like, hey, this normal, this cool. You see how it's still cool to do it? How is it getting so much rejection then? And it gotta be updated. That means it ain't no main star players like them here. It's lesser ones here. And then they have to be more relatable and find synchronizing energy like everybody have to do. It's just if you got an ego and you got an unhealthy starting point, you're going to have to do that, but feel vulnerable about doing that. So you're dealing with your own ego. And when you don't self-project the right way, because your self-reflection and shadow work is wrong. And when you're doing that as a group team, it's easy for us to make up our mind and make this seem like this is a normal thing. But it really ain't. Our government and constitution is made up off of people who think like this. You know what I'm saying? So we have to understand that. That's childlike. But at some point, you have people who don't even understand how childlike it was. And then for the most part, in a situation of trying to uphold something that you need to update. But at that time, Henry Harrison, that was the Mason. That was the colonist. That was the general. And he was on the field. The end. We was the sanctums. We was the spiritual leaders. We led the people. And we was on the field. White boy got tired of that and just start updating shit, and you start using. That's how we got technology now and drones and shields. They got tired of getting punched in their face and shit. So the only thing they could justify from punk energy is some intelligent way to make bribing and killing make sense. Because you got to bribe to pay for something that you don't want to do yourself. And then you have to come up with ways of how it makes sense, even if you're stealing qualities that's good from other people who did it the right way. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, all of these is just unhealthy seeds that we need to get rid of. I'm a main star player, so I know my rights and I know my wrongs, and I know how to do better from the equilibrium space and be real, tell y'all what it is, and also have better solutions. That's how you be a man, and that's how you be a real woman, and that's how you really could justify saying I'm back. Other than that, you just a fool. You know what I'm saying? It's a fucking fool. You know, and just going down in your own paths. Your own. Everybody's supposed to be here saying I'm back and writing your own. You know what I'm saying? So you taking a beauty path and shit like that. If you don't know you back, then you just saying I'm that. You're copying something that you're not of, and you don't know what it's part of, where it leads to, and you're probably in some ego based upon the comfort zone it put you in. Especially if it got something to do with nepotism. You don't have to do half of the stuff. Individuals whose boots on the ground, who have to build genuine qualities, you don't even have, you could bypass all that and be in a spoil position and then still think that spoil position is a form of intelligence to be able to come up with any type of nuance behind someone who built that energy up in the first place for you to be in a position to have to pay attention to it. A person who's building this up don't have to pay attention to it because they're getting paid attention to. See what I'm saying? So when this person is a double-edged sword, know how to pay attention to things based upon knowing what it took to get paid attention to in its natural state. That's what's creating atmospheres and environments, the feeling. And that's what evolved as layers, as spirits, and being leader, and actually understanding what angel energies mean, and a heavenly council, and a universal law. And anytime you don't do that, you get cast stones at, you get shamed, you get cursed. The less layering of comprehension, the less layering of mental forms, the less layering of organ formality, and the less layering of being able to protect yourself from the physical formations of the same transition, the atmosphere and the environment. Then for the most part, it goes for you not being able to shelter yourself with relatability and secret energies from that. So you cope with some self-damaging energy, and then you get the early seeds of anybody thinking that wherever we at is called hell. Just a person who don't like themselves, and they join the cult, and it's a group of people who using their mind for shit anybody can use their mind for, making sense out of something. And people that made sense out of their dick being small for ages. And they don't go no further than that. We're not about to get past like people don't need straitjackets and shit and medication. We got to talk about that first. You know what I'm saying? Before we go past anything else. You know what I'm saying? We need new schools, new laws, new moralities, and stuff like that, new psychologies, so we know how to separate from the goddamn messenger, understand the message, then it trickle down to the messenger, and that one could be in the motherfucking forefront of this goddamn universal moral system. And that's the goddamn technology that God gave us to put on the goddamn mother's bosom motherboard. If you ain't doing that, get your ass back on the boat. Because whatever you're going to be doing is going to get rejected anyway. I ain't going to have nothing to do with it. I ain't got to lift a finger. God going to deal with you. God don't like these thought forms that people be participating in. And God don't like these physical actions and shit. And I'm going to tell you right now, the white person ain't even an actual, you got John B's. It ain't got nothing to do with your skin. It got something to do with a foreign thought. And it's in a box of getting rejected at the moment. And you can't strive or survive off that at this moment. You might even appear to use it and get rich. Yo, that would make you look toxic based off your moral behind what you did. There's something going on with this form. And I hate to call it the washy shoe white boy form, but I'm trying to separate it from people because everybody, it don't have nothing to do with skin color and things of that nature, right? And we have a large portion of Arabs doing this shit right now, right? It don't even matter if you take the side of Iran and Israel or Israel. They're both degenerates. They're both reprobates. So it's like that right now. There's a mental template itself that even if it originally started with Mayflower boat people, a lot of them don't exist no more to come back and tell you a better way to do it. You gonna do it like it's still normal to survive, and your way of surviving ain't even ways to survive in this new time. We're taking that to do other shit now, not taking that to uphold that. It looked very toxic. And we don't even know what else to call it but colonization. But it's more than that. It's toxic. It's like you ain't doing nothing but doing that with yourself right now. You're making yourself look bad. And you might be speaking to an audience, but right now we're all self-projecting. So if you ain't self-projecting, synchronizing relatable energy, It don't matter if you look like you fighting fire with fire or you think you're making sense to something and relating to something. The seed that it starts in, that's the only thing gonna be judged. So even if you're fighting fire or look like you're relating to something, if you're relating to something, the people you're relating to gonna look at you as phony. If you fight with fire, it's gonna look like you're coming from a coon perspective. It's gonna look like you got a bias behind it. It's gonna look like, and we're not gonna care to dive into that rabbit hole. It's just why your spirit in that position, because we know where it leads to. And it don't lead to none of us having boxing camps everywhere, basketball camps everywhere. You know what I'm saying? All these damn sports people, it should never be a drought of boys and girls clubs in all these cities and states. And at some point, it shouldn't be no situation where a person had to struggle to get rich in this type of way of thinking in society, and then it's all on the backs of them. It should be a schooling taught the same way Asia people and Arab people do for their people. No matter if they come over here, they still got some type of intact tactic to have some type of a goddamn a store. If you in America, you a sports person, you can do the same thing with your basketball camp. Dang, same thing. Because I hate when rappers be saying stupid shit in sports. They be saying, ain't nobody help the hood more than us because they doing white man shit. You coming to drop money through a white program that don't even trickle down to really everybody and things of that nature. We not even really talking about that. It don't even really take money all the time. You just ain't around. So this is what I mean, where even if you're fighting fire or being relatable, a person will be like, oh, this person only coming around to drop money just because they know they support colonization. We just ain't had no word for it, though. But in all actuality, it's supporting colonization. And anytime somebody get up here and separate themselves from their people and start trying to be a coon, you separate yourself, but your ideology is part of people who don't give a fuck about you either and get ready to P. Diddy you. AKA, a couple years before, give you some money to have a t-shirt say vote or die, and then the same people a couple years later lock your ass up. You know what I'm saying? So at the same point, you in the same situation. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? This how they got Jadakiss. Jadakiss came out here and told us he been lying for 25 years and shit like that. And then he was listening to his handler like, hey, people want the real now. And then reverse psychology itself. And now he ain't about to sell another fucking record. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought he was in D Block for real. I thought, I could get prepared. All I got to, because I ain't got no crown sheet, all I got to do is throw on a D Block album. You know what I'm saying? That's what at least I thought. I'm getting rocked to sleep by the government. This cat support colonization. I'm saying that's it. That's as far as it go in the native mind. Styles P went to college. Ain't nothing wrong with going to college, but it got something to do with you doing too, though. Y'all ain't do none of that shit y'all talking about either. You can't use that excuse. I was around it. I know a lot of people who was around me. That don't mean I let them in the booth. That don't mean, y'all said that don't mean I don't punch them in the nuts for real. Like, that don't mean that. That don't mean I gotta accept everything they talking about and shit. So for the most part, I don't give a fuck about y'all being around it and looking out y'all window like Nas all the time. You know, so that's all it's about. Like, you just be looking out the window like Nas and shit. So what? Y'all stole somebody else's real life and start putting it on a piece of paper real good. Who gives a fuck? You support colonization. So when y'all career end, I guarantee nobody in y'all family or nobody in y'all circle can't even got nothing to look at, nothing to like laugh at or be happy about or shit like that. We can see Memphis Bleak in that position right now. He's still telling people to work hard. This cat got the nerve to come out of his mouth with his goddamn tight ass New York City goddamn wave cap New York raps. That shit gonna talk about, yeah, work high. You gotta work. He gonna make up an excuse of why Jay-Z ain't gave him on label or why Jay-Z ain't gonna be his first interview. You know what I'm saying? Look, if I'm a billionaire, whoever coming with me, that's the only person in my mind before I do any other interview, because I'm native. We don't even know how to think like that. Talk about our own people. You can't find a bar talking about my own people or even Freeman. You know what I'm saying? You can't find it and shit like that. We got better things to talk about. That's way better, that you can even learn and feel like you listening to a dream or something like that. Some shit that in your real life would be way better and shit, and it sound just like they shit. Way harder in reality, and it ain't no backpack rap. It ain't no Lupe Fiasco, Star Spangled and shit. Bitch, I am the Star Spangled. Now listen, now suck my dick, bitch. And that's spiritual. Now, for the most part, they get all lost in some all kind of other concept and shit. And then you got this cat gonna say, yeah, because you got to, I'm the little homie, because so, you know, I ain't did nothing yet, so I got to get my game up for the interviews and stuff. So yeah, you can't expect Jay-Z. Jay-Z gonna look at me like a white man. That's all he had to say. You know, that's all he had to say was Jay-Z got my feet hurt energy and Jay-Z think like the white boy. Then that's, you ain't have to go through all that I got a small spirit. I'm weak. I don't care about my ancestor. I'm soft. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about this. I'm just happy to get crumbs of energy. You don't have to go through all that excuse and stuff like that. You could just been like, God damn it, yeah, Jay-Z ain't gonna make me be the first interview or something like that because he the white man. And that's all you had to say. You know what I'm saying? But I guarantee you ain't gonna call Jay-Z and question him about why he performed for them white boys for free at that ballot. I bet you ain't about to do that though. But it's about to be so much a problem for him to be your first interview, and you trying to get your shit off the ground and shit. Like you got to come out your motherfucking pockets that you never sold any records to have that money in your pocket in the first place. They made that up. You ain't never go gold, and they're gonna put some shit. Go try to make it. You gonna have to pay for motherfucking people to be on your goddamn and create scandals and shit. AKA white boy thinking. That's white boy tactic. You white Wendy Williams. No, it's over right now. Don't ever make no excuse from somebody who probably lived next door to you and playing white man games. Bitch, you better put me on in every capacity or fuck anybody who made you think why you think the way you think. What the fuck you think the way you think for? Like, I say like real shit like we wasn't eating cereal together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't see you every day, dirty ass socks and shit like that, trying to rap and shit like that. You done got a little bit of money and shit like that, and you got the nerve to be like, yeah, I'm too popular. I'm too popular. Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Us natives don't get down like that. That's why they had to stop us from even doing our ghost star dances, everything and shit like that, because we bring everybody to this continent just off pure spirituality, bitch. We rich in the spirit. You got to pluck from us and make all these movies, cars, and shit like that. So we trying to teach y'all that the richness is the culture. You can't get rich without the culture and the land. And right now, the people on the land is the only slave at the moment because they took all the fruit from the land. So your mind is the only thing that's being used to be put on the shelf. So when you're a good person in sports, a good orator, a good something like that, that's the only things that they got left to pluck towards. You have to understand that. Understand that's the goal. I don't understand y'all. Y'all lost as hell. You know what I'm saying? Stop thinking like the white boy. We got to make some clear distinctions. Anybody ventilating somebody's shit, that's white boy. So if you in the hood and you ventilating somebody's shit who put their hard-earned money into something, even if you're doing that to another white boy, you got white boy thoughts. And you don't want to act like the white boy. So don't do that to your own kind either. Bitch, have some goddamn common sense or you get exiled in the mind. You're lame. You're lame. You know what I'm saying? This is the way we supposed to stop stuff. How we got all the gangbangers off the streets and shit like that, where you can still be yourself. You ain't just got to be doing no crimes. The government trying to do it and use us in weird ways and use Jamaicans like DJ Academics. No, you need people like me and regular people that can sit up here and tell even Chicago drill rapper, look, your lyrics is trash. And you ain't never be better than me or whatever like that. Did we build a bond like that? And then we start working down where we're making more energies of it being uncool, even busting your gun. You still beefing with them, you lame. Dude, your lyrics trash. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I was replaced with Lil Wayne and all them, I replaced Lil Wayne and Jay-Z, we would have been there. We would have been had even drill rappers trying to compete and be better, and then I could still be around these type of people because we the same. You know what I'm saying? The government don't know how to do that. They don't know how to do anything. And then they keep trying to put money into stupid shit and things of that nature. You just either be cool or you ain't. You have to do things genuine. Genuine don't take $1, but you can make millions off of it. You know what I'm saying? Being regular ain't no pressure at all. You could just be your motherfucker self, and a motherfucker relate to it. A motherfucker that's a killer will relate to someone who know they're a nerd way faster than a nerd trying to be next to a killer and then act like a killer. That's dumb. You know what I'm saying? That's dumb. You got to have some real Melchizedek energy or some shit like that to make something what it is. I mean, every goddamn Chicago rapper realize your shit trash. I'm saying real shit, and you support colonization and your own death or some shit like this. Think like me. Did I make a fort in Indiana or whatever the case may be for a studio? Everybody get on tracks together and shit like that and all kind of shit and things of that nature. And you don't gonna be retarded. You know what I'm saying? You sound retarded trying to put somebody on the news. You sound retarded trying to backdoor somebody. You sound retarded. You busy with that? That's dumb. You know what I'm saying? But you can't. The government be trying to do that, but their way of doing it is like slavery. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to be in a position where we start creating our own jails. You know what I'm saying? Our own judicial systems and stuff like that. Or y'all just going to be throwing each other up under the bus and making it seem like it's normal and shit like that. Why these people just live do kidnapping. pardon me, live do like and shit like that. For an example, P. Diddy, 10 years, 20 years. That's unreasonable for something he ain't even do. You know what I'm saying? We don't give a fuck about the behind the scenes things. Y'all should have made that a case. So we got degenerate shit. People who can make millions of dollars. I ain't know prostitutes can make millions of dollars off shame and a pimp. You know what I'm saying? So we starting to see this is white boys' ways of making more money than everybody throughout these things. This whole court proceeding is just white boys making money. Ain't no way something like this is supposed to take that long. Any court proceeding that we be seeing, they make up things that's fake important. They're just degenerate. Everything they do don't have no logic behind it. That's a made up court procedure. Oh, 7 weeks, this long for a trial. That's made up ways for sick old white people to get rich. White people don't be exercising. They're the highest drug addicts. They're drug addicts. They try to make they degeneracy normal. So all these medications is drugs and shit. Look at their health. Look at the police force. That's all you got to do. Look at the fucking police force. Look at the military. Look at these teachers. Look at these reporters. White people are lazy. Like, that's literally what it boils down to. They're just making lazy ass ways to make money. So they're even trying to change the whole military just to be computers now. And they can blow people up with drones and make an excuse about shit, how it ain't that wasn't the reason. Like, you're just lazy for real. That's why it comes to the concept of them stealing everybody's narrative or our sentiment. It's just lazy, mentally, lazy physically. And it's a form of making a game only they can win in. But it's complete degeneracy and it's unreasonable, right? And then when you just see it for what it is, it's like this is where they're trying to lead us to. They're trying to play God. That's what the government is. You're not about to sit up here and lie to us. But you have no role model or no kind of concept of what it means to be a man or a woman. Y'all just a whole bunch of Wendy Williams. From the presidents, the governors, the military. They don't know how to do nothing. And the highest degree of intelligence ain't even intelligence. It's just about to be bribery and killing and war. So it's like, it's showing you, like, it's humans just winging it. They're nobodies. Like, half of these people ain't nobody. It's just people trying to make themselves important. So they have to use money, nepotism, platforms. But these people broke. Like, literally broke. Spiritually. And at this point, I think it's about time to make it physically. Just because you got money, you're broke still. You're broke just because it take money for you to do what you need to do. If you just can't use money for your conveniences and it take money for you to do any of your gyrate shit, all the way down to a sex doll, you're literally broke. You're just literally in a position to cope because you can over exercise your indulgences. Whether you're making bombs, sex dolls, ways to do psyops on us, all this degeneracy, but it ain't no man quality. It ain't no woman quality. And y'all don't care about the kids. So, for an example, this is what I mean not even caring about the kids. How teaching all adults to care more about sex dolls even lead to more kids. And how you coming up with an intelligence or a eugenics or a narrative about why it's wrong to have kids. How is that right in general when you are a kid? You were a kid. It don't make any sense for an adult to start talking any opinion about anybody having a kid, right or wrong, where everybody in it, whether you planned it or made a mistake, there is no other way of having a kid. So that's the only way you're here. For you to come out your mouth and even make this a conversation, and then we got perverts in law, because we see this in history, them practicing eugenics and stuff like that. Like, did you forget whatever mind state your parent was in? I don't even care if you part of the Mayflower boat. You had people who didn't care about if they're going to live tomorrow on a boat still fucking. So people make things work. It's not about being planned. It's about making it work. But a kid, that's natural. So it ain't whether you have a kid or you don't. That's never supposed to be in some type of discussion in the lens when we start talking about laws, when we start talking about narratives, when we start talking about what people should do or shouldn't do, because it's gonna have me thinking like, I wish somebody thought that way when your parents was here and you wasn't born yet and you wasn't even conceived. Because I only want my mind and people who give birth to things like this to be here. We tired of this degeneracy, like, for real. And we not about to act like we don't know where it's coming from. That's degeneracy because someone don't like themselves. And they're hiding themselves, clothing themselves in some false sense of ego that they wearing like a jacket and a cloak and a hoodie. But we're in a shift where we're not up under no weatherly storms and rain to need no cloth anymore. These things don't protect us. We're running around naked. We're creating a new Garden of Eden right now where your vulnerability is supposed to be your ego. So we can be the true phoenix. Not you hiding your ego, divine masculine, with this, because you got a bunch of vulnerabilities, but you lack emotional intelligence. So your divine feminine is getting protected by a false sense of ego, divine masculine, and that's the cloth because you got small dick energies. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm Blisky titty energies and shit like that. And then for the most part, when in today's time, you have to reverse it. Your vulnerabilities got to be there, suffer through all the things so you don't build no more naked layers and then start building an ego around that. Then your divine masculine ego protects your divine feminine that condensing inside, not that being in reverse anymore, where you actually feminine, but you think you stole it. You just scared to express something inside that you ain't know how to mathematically put together, bitch, your mind. And then for the most part, once you be able to do that, now your divine feminine got actually sheltered by your ego, divine masculine, and then now you're a joint equilibrium. Now that's sixth dimension. Fourth dimension masculine, fifth dimension feminine is just trains of thought. You know what I'm saying? You act out the fourth dimension in the first dimension. Individuality, fourth dimension, the thought of extending. Receiving, 2 dimension, that we in the third dimension, to be able to receive in the first place before the action of receiving and sucking. 5th dimension. Then you bring that together, a thought and a feeling, and you're paying attention to something. That's a character, right? Now that you got that character, that's just what we're calling 6th dimension, right? Because you could use this character to see all around you in your 3rd dimensional form. You know what I'm saying? So you got masculine, feminine, androgynous. 1, 2, 3. Masculine, feminine, androgynous. 4, 5, 6. And that's that body you created to look around. So you just not single-minded, direct-minded. You can see if you getting hit from the side, blindsided, somebody backstabbing you. You're able to see the circumstance you're in from the more expanded layer bubble. You're creating more bubbles. And so it has more definition. That's what dimensions are, not no spooky shit. We take the same concept and do it into the 1, 2, and 3rd dimension and make a camera that got some cold ass depth of field. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, you're able to focus in on the star and everything around it. The junk data is blurred out. That's not in focus or whatever the case may be. So for the most part, in the 1, 2, and 3rd dimension is the area, but then you get 4th dimensional paying attention to that area. 5th dimensional blocking all the other emotions out and only use that emotion for the vision. 4th dimension idea, use the emotion only for that, blurring all the other scattered out. 5th dimension, and then now you got 6th dimension. You're focusing on the star. That's what you are. You're focusing on the star. Now you bring that into the 1, 2, and 3rd dimension. Your individuality, how you relate, 2 dimension. From your individuality, 1 dimension, express that duality to the 2nd dimension, and then in the 3rd dimension, me and you is in this surrounding, and whatever the case may be. And if I did what I just did further out than you, I expanded more or less dense layers, so I'm a little closer than Yehovah. So when I bring that fruit back down and compare and contrast to the fruit you bring back down, then that's how we're able to compare and contrast who got small dick energy or not. Shit like that. Because you get ready to say that's spooky, but do the same thing I just did. So you ain't got time to think about that. So you show a real man that you have more time to think about in your life why you got a small dick and why you can't change it, or why this, that, and the third. So you replace that with a bunch of coping mechanisms, red pill mechanisms. I got REMS mechanisms and stuff like that. Then you're gonna start showing that you proved me right. You still unfulfilled. Because what is you still bitching about then? If you got that, why'd you still bitching about women? If you got that, why'd you still bitching about other shit? If you got that, why you still idol worshiping narratives and stuff like that? Then you're going to try to compete with that or whatever. Then you go to hell at that point. Ain't nothing else I can teach your ass. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. I love all y'all from the bottom of my heart. Go over pedal tonight. Finish putting this shit together, so bringing the studio on the road. You know what I'm saying? We doing dates. We gotta show man how to do dates again too, and show women how to connect and stop hating on other women, and all women come together too. And then let's start getting our factory manufacturing going on and shit like that. So China coming straight through us. You know, so we don't need no middleman or nothing like that. Africana man, Ghanaian man, Arab man, come through us. You know what I'm saying? You come through us. Myra Gaines come talk at our schools to our people and stuff like that. Not this set up stuff and all this weirdo stuff or whatever. Because we can't keep having Memphis Bleaks making an excuse to be little homie because people like to practice white boy thoughts. You know what I'm saying? We don't get at no excuse. Yeah, Jay-Z ain't about that shit. That's the same tactic Drake practicing, and they all got handlers and stuff. Him and DJ Academics, and he still ain't even give DJ Academics no interview. So it'll show you in that world itself, it's just backstabber stuff. That ain't nothing you want to grow up to be. You don't want to grow up to be like Mike no more. You want to grow up to be like Flight. Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Terry's Moon. I'm the Royal Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. That's it. And that's how you be an angel.